Yeah, hi folks. Yes, Gore is being taken over by Maori as we speak, and hat tip to Julian Batchelor for this one.
Well, good morning, you beautiful New Zealanders. This morning I'm going to just discuss this video that's on the screen here. It's spoken by a guy called Laurie Patterson, who's with Groundswell New Zealand. Now, you'll know what Groundswell is. It's a groundswell movement of farmers in New Zealand who are protesting to the government about various policies that affect farmers negatively. And they've been going for some time. But anyway, this is an announcement by one of their members, Laurie Patterson, about what's happening in Gore. So I won't tell you anymore, just watch this. It's only 3 minutes or so long. So yeah, enjoy this, and then I'm going to commentate on it at the end of it.
Hi, Laurie Patterson, Groundswell NZ. If you are a property owner, urban or rural, you need to listen to this. The Gore District Council has allowed into its long-term plan that the whole district, all 12,400 square kilometres of it, a blanket designation as a site and area significant to Maori. Now, before you all switch off and say, oh, that's only Gore, it won't happen here, the law operates on precedents. So if this goes through here in Gore, it's only a matter of time before it is over the whole country. And over time, that will mean consents and money changing hands. Your money. The word around is, it won't really mean that. But the wording is, all land, water bodies, natural features and marae in the Gore district are recognised as sites and areas of cultural significance to Mana Whenua and Tangata Whenua, and are afforded appropriate considerations in relation to their management, development and use. I'll say it again. All land, water bodies, natural features and marae in the Gore district are recognised as sites and areas of cultural significance to Mana Whenua and Tangata Whenua, and are afforded appropriate considerations in relation to their management, development and use. Now, my beef isn't with the Rananga, who we're only putting a proposal for. No, it's with the Gore District Council. They were going to have a meeting to discuss blanket coverage like this. Should they not have had some representatives of the parties most likely to be affected by it present? Perhaps the local businessmen's association. How about federated farmers even? If blanket coverage was not the council's intention, then how was it in there? And why don't they take it out? It's also being said, that will never get through. Well, hello, it is already through and in the plan, and you are now all supposed, I suppose, to do submissions to get it out. Same old story. There's no question if you are a Gore District property owner, and as such a ratepayer funding the whole bloody outfit, you have been treated extremely poorly, and you need to contact your councillors and tell them in no uncertain terms, be polite, that you are not having your private property rights taken away like this, not to mention the 20.4% rates increase you're expected to pay at the same time. So urban or rural, you need to put your name on the pledge your support link attached so we can go to the council with a meaningful picture of their ratepayers being not happy about this. Of course, if you are happy about it, don't sign it. It's worked for the farming tax. Watch for our Groundswell ad in the Ensign due out next week. It will contain some more information. If you're outside the Gore district, this is coming to you too over time. So don't you sign the pledge. You might be getting one of your own soon. But if you have Gore property owner friends, ring them and encourage them to sign it. It's important. It is a good as Gore ratepayers that sign it. Let's all put some pressure on and get a sensible result.
Wow. Well, what are we to make of this? Well, first of all, where is Gore and whereabouts is it in relation to the rest of the New Zealand? So here's a map of the South Island, and you'll see marked down the bottom the area called Gore. And he's talking about 12,000 square kilometres, so it's quite a significant area of land.
Hi, Laurie Patterson, Groundswell NZ. If you are a property owner, urban or rural, you need to listen to this. The Gore District Council has allowed into its long-term plan that the whole district, all 12,400 square kilometres of it, a blanket designation as a site and area significant to Maori.
So my question is, how did this happen? Laurie does a fantastic job on this video. I love the way he puts up straw men all the way through, then knocks them over one at a time. For example, locals say it won't really happen. Locals say they don't really mean that. It won't really happen to us. It will never get through. And so Laurie puts up these straw men and then brilliantly gives the correction for each one of those. It's really good. It's clever communication. However, what Laurie didn't mention, and this is is important, something we must all know, is that councils around New Zealand are being Maorified like there is no tomorrow. White, woke councillors and Maori on councils have succumbed to relentless propaganda and treaty misinformation to sign up to what I call the Maori religion. It's essentially like joining a cult, pretty much like Gloria Vale. These councillors become so committed to the Maori cause that making submissions and talking to them has no effect at all, exactly like trying to convince someone to leave Gloria Vale. They're brainwashed. And who is behind this? Well, this has been going on since 1975, but really intensified over the past 6 years under Ardern and Labour. Under National, it's gone to a whole new level, driven by National Party and Minister of Maori Development Tama Potaka. He did a master's degree and wrote a thesis. And guess what his thesis was about? How to give Maori more power and influence in local councils, and why they should have this power and control in councils. Potaka says in his thesis that it's their right. That is, it's the Maori right to have power and control in councils. And behind this, if you keep peeling back the onion, is that Potaka believes, and most Maori now believe, that New Zealand was stolen from Maori in 1840. That is to say, Maori in 1840 did not cede sovereignty, and that our current government is illegal. So unless you peel back this onion to see what is going on at the very core of the onion, you won't get what's going on in Gore. Gore is just a small part of the plan by Maori to take back all of New Zealand. So Gore is just a test patch. Essentially, a coup by stealth is going on in New Zealand. So if you're wondering how this could happen in Gore and why the community was never consulted, there is an answer. They, the councillors, don't want to consult. They simply want to push on with their agenda regardless, which is giving back New Zealand to Maori. That's the big picture agenda. And as I said, the basis or rationale behind this agenda is treaty misinformation and spin. There is no legitimate reason to give New Zealand back to Maori. Maori definitely, without doubt, ceded sovereignty in 1840. So these councillors and what's happening in central government and what's happening in councils all over the country is happening by stealth, and it's based on misinformation about the treaty and about Maori rights and privileges and entitlements. So there you go. Really, it's a tragic situation.
Now, before you all switch off and say, oh, that's only Gore, it won't happen here, the law operates on precedents. So if this goes through here in Gore, it's only a matter of time before it is over the whole country. And over time, that will mean consents and money changing hands.
Dr. Michael Bassett, a Labour Party cabinet minister and 10 years on the Waitangi Tribunal, has just written a brilliant piece with the title Iwi Bandits at Work. In this article, he talks about how Maori worm their way into councils to get their hands on the cash and assets. What they do is look for ways to charge ratepayers, developers, farmers, anyone, a charge for something, anything that they are doing on their property. This is exactly what is happening in Gore. For example, water leaving your property, Maori will charge you. Water entering your property, Maori will charge you. Resource consent needed, Maori will charge you. Developing your property, Maori will charge you. Want to grow something, Maori will charge you. Think your land is safe? Think again. They can slap invented classifications on your land. The RMA, that's the Resource Management Act, Section 6, notes that the following. They call them outstanding natural landscapes. Another one is outstanding natural features, or significant natural features, or rural scenic landscapes, or rural scenic, or sites and areas of significance to Maori. Significant natural areas, an SNA, or a Wahi Tapu sacred Maori land. You see, once you get one of these slapped on your title, your land value is halved. Most landowners get out because they don't want the controversy, and Maori then swoop in and buy it for a song. No one else will buy it because who wants controversial land? You see how it works? This is a giant-sized scam which is going to break the country. Kiwis are already bending under the weight of the cost of living without being burdened with an iwi tax. Maori are trying their luck in Gore. It's a pilot scheme for the rest of the country, just like Laurie said. It sets a precedent. So what I'll do is I'll put Dr. Bassett's article in the description of this video so you can read what he says for yourself. But you know what? Don't let this happen in Gore. Whatever you do, get the whole region of Gore, the whole district of Gore out protesting. You need to do this.
Your money. The word around is, it won't really mean that. But the wording is, all land, water bodies, natural features and marae in the Gore district are recognised as sites and areas of cultural significance to Mana Whenua and Tangata Whenua and are afforded appropriate considerations in relation to their management, development and use.
Oh, this is laughable. Appropriate considerations for the management, development and use of land is simply code for we'll find a way of getting money out of you. That's what that means. It's fancy language for we'll find a way to worm into your wallet and shaft you. That's exactly what it means. Read Dr. Bassett's article. It's all there.
I'll say it again. All land, water bodies, natural features and Maori in the Gore district are recognised as sites and areas of cultural significance to Mana Whenua and Tangata Whenua and are afforded appropriate considerations in relation to their management, development and use.
This is perhaps my only issue with this video, because otherwise I think Laurie just has done a brilliant job and he's a master communicator. But I think he's naive if he thinks this is just an innocent little plan put forward by a group of Maori. It is far from an innocent little plan, as I have already explained why. This is why Maori activists have got so far in New Zealand. So they've relied on nice Kiwis being gullible and naive, and we need to have a new awareness and a new understanding of what is actually happening in the big picture in New Zealand, that there is a takeover underway and everything that's done with Maori is heading towards that complete takeover by 2040. Now, I have put another article by Muriel Newman, Dr. Muriel Newman, in the description of this video, which talks about how Maori are taking over the country. So this is not just my opinion. Other reputable scholars are talking about it and know about it, but Kiwis need to get up to speed with it really fast, because we're going to lose the country if we don't.
Now, my beef isn't with the Ranaga, who were only putting a proposal forward. No, it's with the Gore District Council. If they were going to have a meeting to discuss blanket coverage like this, should they not have had some representatives of the parties most likely to be affected by it present? Perhaps the local Businessmen's Association. How about Federated Farmers even? If blanket coverage was not the council's intention, then how is it in there? And why don't they take it out? It's also being said, that will never get through. Well, hello, it is already through and in the plan, and you are now all supposed, I suppose, to do submissions to get it out. Same old story. There's no question if you are a Gore District property owner, and as such a ratepayer funding the whole bloody outfit, you have been treated extremely poorly, and you need to contact your councillors and tell them in no uncertain terms, be polite, that you are not having your private property rights taken away like this, not to mention the 20.4% rates increase you're expected to pay at the same time. So urban or rural, you need to put your name on the Pledge Your Support link attached, so we can go to the council with a meaningful picture of their ratepayers being not happy about this. Of course, if you are happy about it, don't sign it. It's worked for the farming tax. Watch for our groundswell ad in the Ensign due out next week. It will contain some more information. If you're outside the Gore District, this is coming to you too over time. So don't you sign the pledge. You might be getting one of your own soon. But if you have Gore property owner friends, ring them and encourage them to sign it. It's important. It is a good as Gore ratepayers that sign it. Let's all put some pressure on and get a sensible result.
Right, that's enough for today. Let's get behind Laurie and his team and give them our 110% support. They are fantastic. Get this video out to everyone everywhere, please. Even if you don't live in Gore or around Gore, just get it out to everyone everywhere. Let people know what the heck's going on and what's coming their way. Please send it out to everyone on your address book. Put it on social media. Thank you also for those who are getting business cards out everywhere, our business cards. So proud of you for taking action to save our country. Many people just want to watch and listen and not get involved, but you know what? It's too late for that. We got to get involved. You can order these cards by going to cards or emailing cards@stopcogovernance.kiwi. If you want to know how to use these cards and how to distribute them, there is a short video in the description of this video. So good one. Go Gore, go Laurie and your team. See you next time.